boyfriend, wasn't it? Spill the deets, girl. Don't try and hide it either. I saw you two coming out of the jewelry shop together clear as day. Tell me everything.
Huh? Penny? You were close enough to us to see that? I didn't see you, though.
Don't sweat the small stuff. And furthermore, judging by how big that bag you guys had was, I'm positive it must have been a ring. By any chance, did you have that boyfriend of yours buy you an engagement ring?
Yeah, actually, you're completely right. He proposed to me very recently. And so today we decided to go and pick out an engagement ring together.
Oh, you little rascal! You should have said so sooner. If it's a ring you're looking for, you could have just found one from my daddy's store. That crummy little shop you two went to is known for being cheaply made and inexpensive. The designs aren't fancy at all, and I heard they fall apart easily. If you had gone to my daddy's instead, you would have found something much more higher quality. Although it would be pricier, that's for certain. But hey, you get what you pay for, and that's quality. And compared to our other customers, you would have gotten a besties discount just for you, so it wouldn't put a huge dent in your wallets.
Oh, I couldn't possibly. I'd feel too bad. Besides, that shop holds a lot of precious memories for the two of us, so we're content with it. You actually can come up with your own ring designs, which makes it unique to us since we could personalize it how we wished. Sure, it's not as high quality or fancy as the shops your dad runs, but we feel like a customized ring from a shop like that fits us much better. It's more humble.
I can't say I understand that line of reasoning. If you're not paying for the ring anyway, I don't see the problem in asking for an expensive high-brand one. I mean, that's what I would do, personally. Oh, well, what's done is done. You already had him buy the ring. There's no helping it now. And since it's customized, there's no point in trying to return it either. That's too bad. Anyway, you need to introduce me to him one of these days. I'll determine for myself whether he's a man worthy of being your partner or not. If he is, I'll give him my stamp of approval.
Of course I'll introduce the two of you, no problem. But please, go easy on him. He's a pretty calm and quiet kind of person, so he might be a little intimidated by someone more upbeat and energetic like you.
Huh? By any chance, is he more of a reserved and modest kind of guy? That's unexpected. All the guys you've been dating up until now have been the complete opposite of that.
Wow, I didn't even realize that myself until you said it. But he really is completely different from them all. Maybe all I needed was a man who was more on the quiet side. On his days off, you can usually find him in his room quietly reading a book.
What? He's reading books for fun? Gosh, I haven't done something that lame since I was still in school. What, so he doesn't go to any fun festivals or clubs? He just sticks his nose in a book all the time? Boring! He sounds like an antisocial hermit who just coops himself up in his room all the time. Ooh, by any chance, is he also the type to not have any friends?
Well, I think his reasons are understandable. Where he was born versus where he was raised was all over the place compared to most people. He had a really rough childhood and didn't get the chance to live a stable life. Because of that, it's true that he wound up not having that many friends. That's what happens when you don't get to stay in one place for long.
What the heck? What, did his parents get divorced or something and that's why his life was a mess? Ooh! Or even worse, did his parents leave him to fend for himself and he wound up being raised in an institution rather than a loving family? Like some kind of super tragic hero?
Wow, Penny. I think you could become a fortune teller or a mind reader. You're right on the money for both of your guesses, actually. I didn't expect that.
Huh?
Yeah, so like you said, his parents really did get divorced while he was still pretty young. But neither of them wanted custody over him, so neither of them took him in. They didn't want him anymore. And so he was left to his relatives who passed him around the moment they felt like they didn't want to deal with him anymore. Because of that, he never found a permanent place to live. He was always on the move. And in the end, he wound up being raised in an institution. That was probably the most stability he got in his childhood.
Wait, seriously? Are you being for real right now? That's super tragic. I sort of can't believe that.
Oh, but don't let that negatively color your opinion of him. I know he might seem like he must have come out of that a horrible mess, but he's always been a positive-minded person who can look to the future. He's worked hard all on his own because he had no one there to support him. And even now, he gets to work a wonderful job.
Okay, you can stop now. I don't really want to hear any more of your tragic boyfriend. It's gonna put a damper on my mood if I hear any more of the Shakespearean play, so could you quit it already? I get the idea.
Huh?
Look, I'm not going to say anything mean or anything, but you should call off your engagement right now if you know what's good for you. Just saying. If you decide to marry some kid who grew up in an institution, you're definitely going to find yourself miserable. It's not going to work out in the long run.
What's with you all of a sudden, Penny? Why are you saying such cruel things like that? You don't need to judge him based off of his background.
Yes, I do. You can make plenty of assumptions of people simply based off of their backgrounds alone. If he was raised by an institution instead of his actual parents, then he's going to lack basic common sense and manners. That's a given. And because he was dumped by his parents and grew up not knowing what love is, what makes you think he knows how to love you? How would a guy like that know anything? You see? You told me I could be a fortune teller before, right? Then you ought to heed my words and realize that there's nothing but suffering in the cards for you if you insist on this marriage.
It's honestly really rude to make those kind of assumptions when you haven't even met him. How would you know anything? He really is a wonderful person. He's the first man I've been with that I felt like I wanted to marry. I've never felt that way with any other man I've been with.
You don't need to call me rude. I'm just giving you some tough love here. And as your bestie, I want you to find the man you deserve, and let me tell you, your current fiancé is not it. And if I'm too wishy-washy with my words, you won't take me seriously. Anyway, I didn't expect you to favor the quiet types, but I'll find a more suitable partner who's similar to your fiancé but without the overly pathetic backstory. As the daughter of a CEO, I have plenty of connections to people you couldn't even dream of. But I'll use my special powers especially for you as your bestie. I'm sure I'll find an even better partner for you who's to your tastes.
Oh, you don't have to go out of your way to do that. After all, I'm going to be marrying my current fiancé, so I have no need to be looking for a different partner. I'm content with marrying him. I'm happy that you're concerned for me, but really, I want to become his wife. No one else is.
Oh, Kelly, take a moment to calm down and think about this all rationally with your brain rather than with your heart, will you? A man who's been raised in an institution for most of his life cannot possibly have a decent job. And that's one of the most important things you can find in a man. A man with a good job is the foundation of a stable marriage. Do you understand what it means if you marry a guy who doesn't have a good job? It means you're going to become a poor peasant living on the verge of homelessness. As your bestie, I can't let you do that to yourself. I can't overlook something that can be so easily prevented if you just listen to me.
I'm plenty calm. I think the one who needs to calm down and think rationally here is you. Also, can you stop using the fact he grew up in an institution against him when you have no proof of how that's actually affecting him? You've never even met him, and you're making all these weird assumptions. Like I said before, he's working a decent job where he's paid a good wage, and I have no intentions of falling into an impoverished life. Because I know that's not going to happen. We plan to work to support each other as we live out our new lives together, having as much fun along the way as we can.
Gag! Your head is so up in the clouds that none of the very rational things I'm saying are getting through to you. You think you're in some fairy tale where everything will magically work out in the end, right? That tragedies can only result in happy endings and well-adjusted people. Look, I understand that you're overjoyed at the fact that you've even been proposed to, but I'm telling you, you're letting it all get to your head. It's to the point you're not even listening to what your bestie is saying because you're too infatuated with him. It's super gross.
Excuse me?
And here I am, expressing my concern and worry for you, and yet you're treating me like that? Talk about demotivating. At any rate, this was my warning and my word of advice. So you can't say I didn't warn you. Regardless of whether or not you actually heed my words, you'll definitely be breaking up. Once you do, be sure to hit me up again. I'll offer you a shoulder to cry on.
I won't need to do that because that is definitely not going to happen.
I wonder about that. Well, that's fine. You can continue to dream if you want. And until you wake up from that dream, I wish you well. Because so long as you're dating a no-life loser from an institution like him, you and I are not friends.
Hey, David. Sorry for dropping this on you out of the blue. But have you already sent out the wedding invitations? Not yet. I was just about to send our guest list to the manufacturers. Once I do, all the letters should be sent out this weekend. Oh, thank God. It seems like I'll just barely be able to make it. I'm sorry to be making any sudden last-minute changes, but could you remove one person from my list of invitees? Could you remove a person named Penny from it? I don't particularly mind since none of it's been sent out yet, but what's the matter? Did something happen? From what I recall, you two were best friends going all the way back to high school. Yes, that's right. But we just had a big fight 30 minutes ago. Actually, it was bad enough that I might as well consider our friendship completely over now. And because of that, I don't even want to bother trying to send her a wedding invite. I don't want her to be there. You're no longer friends? Isn't that pretty serious? How bad was it? Look, no matter what it is, don't say something like you won't invite her anymore. Go up to her and try to make amends. Friendships are really important to maintain, especially ones that last that long. No, it's impossible. I don't ever want to make up with her. After all, no matter what I said, she wouldn't listen to me. She wouldn't stop making fun of you when she hasn't even met you. Huh? By any chance, is it because of my background and how I was raised? Was it my fault? None of it was your fault, so please don't blame yourself. Penny, on the other hand, is the daughter of a CEO, so she grew up being spoiled. And because of that, she has a bad habit of looking down on those around her. And because she's never suffered a day in her life because of her upbringing, she hates hearing about it and looks down on those who had to endure it. Especially poor people and those without friends. She loves to look down on them in particular. Wow, and I'm literally both of those things. Do I get a prize? I've spent my life enduring many hardships, and I did used to be poor. And even now, I barely have any friends. Still, I really did want her to celebrate with us. I wanted to show her how much of a wonderful person you were and even introduce you to her someday. But no matter how much I tried to explain your situation, she just wouldn't listen to me. She didn't care, nor did she want to understand. There's no reason you should try and force her to understand my situation by explaining it to her. If it doesn't seem like she's going to understand, then so be it. Everyone's values are different from one another, and they're hard to change. That's just a part of life. It can't be helped. Besides, even you and I have certain kinds of people we have trouble tolerating too, right? In her case, she just can't tolerate poor and friendless types. I mean, sure, but she's so darn hung up about how you were raised in an institution that she refuses to see anything else. And it really irritates me to hell. Do you know she kept telling me that I'd be forced to live in poverty if I married you? And she kept acting like there's nothing but misery waiting for me in the future. Thank you for defending me. But really, I don't mind it one bit, so I'm fine. There's no need for you to get upset on my behalf. Besides, I'm sure eventually your friend will come to understand what it's like to have to endure hardships, and she'll become more sympathetic toward others who have been less fortunate than her. Really? Do you think so? I know so. Besides, once she sees how happy you are, she'll begin to realize that she was under a major misunderstanding. And once she realizes her mistake, maybe she'll come to you to apologize. She'll realize that she shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Yeah, you're right. Gosh, she was so convinced without any proof that I'd be living a life of misery. So all I need to do is show her how wrong she was by being as happy as I can be. All I have to do is prove to her that I'm happy to marry you. Now that's the spirit. That's exactly what you should do. So just as you intended to in the beginning, you should still give her a wedding invitation. So let's show her the fun and thrilling wedding ceremony we'll be having. If she sees that with her own eyes, I'm sure she'll understand.
Thank you, David. I'll do just that. Hey, Kelly. I hear today's the day you're going to be marrying your boyfriend from the institution. My, what a disappointment. And after all the warnings I gave you, you're still going through with a marriage in the end. You're hopeless. Not only that, but I wasn't even invited to the wedding either.
What are you talking about? I know for a fact that I had an invitation sent to you, but you never gave us a response back. But even though you didn't give us a response, we still had a seat prepared for you in case you did decide to show up.
Wow, really? You sent one? That's so funny. I didn't even notice.
Don't tell me you never even saw it in the first place.
Oh, OMG! Now that I think about it, I think I might have gotten a dinky little invitation in the mail that reeked of poor people. That thing had no business being in my house, so I just threw it out without even opening it. I guess that might have been that invitation you apparently sent to me.
That's so horrible of you. We're friends, yet you threw away our wedding invitation without even opening it? That's too cruel. That's how much you despise the idea of our marriage?
Despise is too strong of a word, I think. It might be more accurate to say that I totally don't care. I mean, I don't need a friend who's stupid enough to insist on marrying a man who grew up in an institution of all things. Going to your wedding ceremony will only be a complete waste of my time. I'm sure it'll be a low-budget wedding ceremony fit for poor people anyway. You can't afford any of the grand stuff most people look forward to in a wedding. I'm sure of it.
Penny, I've been saying this for a while now, but this kind of behavior is unacceptable. You're not a grade schooler anymore, so please act more your age already. Stop looking down on my fiance all because he grew up in an institution. It's not fair.
Excuse me? What gives you the right to be giving me any lectures? Who do you think you are? How long are you going to keep acting like we're still friends, huh?
What?
You didn't give a damn about anything I said, no matter how many times I was warning you. You went and decided you wanted to marry a worthless, low-life man regardless. And you want to know what I say to idiots like you? Goodbye. That's what. I'm choosy about the kind of people I keep in my life, and you're certainly just as worthless as that man you insist on marrying. In other words, you're not my friend anymore. We're done. I don't care about what happens to a woman who insists on marrying into poverty with a base, low-life man like him.
I see.
Still, thanks for saving a seat for me. But who the hell in their right mind would go to a poor person's wedding anyway?
You don't have to come.
Good, because I won't go even if you beg me to. Anyway, goodbye. Don't ever talk to me ever again. I'm sure you two will definitely get divorced, but I retract my previous offer of lending you a shoulder to cry on. Since things have gone this far, I have no intentions of ever making up with you. And even when you've finally gotten tired of your new life as an impoverished peasant, I will absolutely not be rescuing you.
Sure, that's no problem. We will definitely not be divorcing, and we have no intentions of living an impoverished life. I have full confidence that I can make Kelly happy. So even if you see us living a happy life together, don't try and barge in to act all jealous of us, okay?
Huh? Who the hell are you? You're not Kelly.
Sorry for the sudden introduction. I was watching this whole conversation unfold while sitting next to Kelly. I'm her fiance, David.
Oh, you're the impoverished man who grew up in an institution then. And yet not only did you barge in uninvited all of a sudden, you also insulted me. You certainly have some nerve for a peasant. You really think I'm going to ever be jealous of a couple of pores? Has Kelly not told you who I am yet?
Of course she has. I know who you are. You're a friend from high school who's the daughter of a CEO of a jewelry company. I know that you come from a family with a truckload of money that I couldn't even dream of.
That's right. I'm the daughter of an unbelievably filthy rich man. I have the money and the status and the name all in the palm of my hand. I'm basically untouchable. Do you understand? Then you should know that the idea of me ever being jealous of you two is impossible. You're way too beneath me to even entertain the notion.
I do wonder about that.
Excuse me? What's your deal? You keep treating me like you have any right to be speaking to me like that. Do I need to dumb things down for you? I'm saying that there's no way I'd ever be jealous of someone who would marry a poor man who was raised in an institution. Or what? Do you honestly believe that you're something worth me being jealous of? Let me guess. You make several hundreds of thousands of dollars each year and you live in a spectacular condo only fit for millionaires. Perhaps you even have a private jet on top of that? Are you saying you're that kind of man?
Wow, you're right on the money. That's exactly the kind of man I am. You should become a fortune teller. How could you guess so accurately?
Huh? What do you mean by that?
Like you said, I make several hundreds of thousands of dollars per year, and I live in the most spectacular condo that only the best of the best can afford. And I also have a private jet. See? You got it all right.
Excuse me? Hey, don't think you can tell me such a bold, straight-faced lie like that. You're not going to fool me. Your parents dumped you. No one wanted you, so you were raised in an institution. There's no way a poor man like you could ever fit that profile.
And yet, here I am. I suppose I should go more into detail, but I'm actually a designer for jewelry. Right now, most of my clients are Hollywood celebrities. I'm often commissioned to design jewelry for them.
You work directly with celebrities?
Yes, several of them, in fact. They often call me over there whenever's convenient to them. So because of that, I bought a private jet without really thinking too hard about it. I just felt it was a good investment considering how often I need to travel at the drop of a hat.
You have to be kidding me.
Yep. So that means I have more than enough financial resources and economic power to ensure that I can give Callie a good life. I will definitely make her happy. We won't get divorced, and we will create a family in a house that will be filled with nothing but laughter. So please, don't envy us. And please don't be salty if you realize that she found the perfect man.
No, I won't accept this. This is impossible. You're a poor man raised in an institution, unloved by everyone around him. There's no way I can believe that you're this much of a huge success. This all has to be a big lie. How dare you think you can try and trick me like this? Just so you know, I will absolutely never believe this.
I see. That's unfortunate. Then, if you won't trust my word, then how about you ask your father about me? That way, even if you don't want to, you'll have no choice but to believe what I'm saying.
Huh? Why should I ask him about you?
If I recall correctly, your family owns a jewelry company, right? I heard about it from Kelly, but apparently they run those famous 62 Degrees jewelry stores.
Yes, that's exactly correct. He owns several of those stores located all across the country. Thanks to that, I had a luxurious upbringing only few could dream of, surrounded by diamonds and rubies.
The truth is, your father's company has contacted me several times, asking me if I was willing to collaborate on some new jewelry designs.
Huh?
So please, ask your father about me. I'm sure he'll know exactly who you're talking about.
No way. You've got to be kidding me. Just hold on a second here. Daddy's company is seeking to work with you of all people?
Yep. He's done that several times, in fact. It's true that I was raised in an institution and that I was poor. And growing up, I didn't have access to luxurious things like diamonds and rubies. But sometimes there's beauty to be found in hardship, and that I can find the beauty in certain things because I suffered. When I design my jewelry, I'm always drawing from those sorts of experiences. And lucky for me, there are plenty of people out there who desire that.
No way.
Oops, it seems like it's almost time for our wedding ceremony to start. As such, I'll have to excuse myself. It seems like you're wishing the worst for us, and you want us to fall into despair. But just so you know, we intend to live perfectly happy lives together. We won't become miserable no matter how much you desire it. So please watch over our happy new marriage from afar.
Hurry up and answer the damn phone already, Kelly! Don't you see how many times I've been trying to get in contact with you? What on earth are you even doing?
I'm attending my own wedding ceremony. Duh. We're in the middle of changing clothes right now. What's the matter? I can see that you've really been trying to get in contact with me based on all these notifs.
I'll go to your wedding, so tell me where it's being held right now. I'm willing to join you in your wedding celebrations.
Say what?
In exchange, please talk to your fiance for me. Please tell him not to turn down my daddy's job offer. Or at least, tell him not to say that I'm the reason he's turning it down. You of all people should know that my daddy's really strict when it comes to business.
Oh yeah. Now that you mention it, that sounds about right. Your dad usually spoils you rotten, but he changes his tune when it comes to his work. If you even talk back to him about it, he gets extremely furious.
Yeah, that's right. Even just daring to touch any of his work-related documents is enough to make him snap. That's how serious he is about his work. But if he knows about what happened today, if his collab proposal fails all because of me, I'd be lucky if he only snaps. Who knows what he's going to do to me?
Oh, I see. So that's why you want to attend our wedding ceremony now. So that can all be water under the bridge.
I'll apologize for my rude behavior up until now. I take back what I said about our friendship being over. Let's keep being friends from now on and forever, okay? So please let me attend your wedding. And let me greet all of David's relatives, too. Well, aren't you happy you'll be able to make up with me?
Nope, not at all. So you don't have to come to our wedding ceremony. We've already removed your seat, so even if you do force your way here, there's no place for you.
Excuse me? What the hell do you think you're doing? You do understand who I am, right? I'm the daughter of a CEO. And even so, I'm willing to not only take back what I said about breaking off our friendship, but also that I'm willing to celebrate your marriage. And of course, I'll give you an extravagant wedding gift, so hurry up and tell me where you are!
Let's calm down and try to think clearly now, Penny. This is also for your sake too, you know. Try coming to our wedding right now. If you do, you'll get a taste of your super scary daddy's wrath.
Huh?
Your father actually just arrived at the wedding venue. So he's here now.
Excuse me? Are you saying you invited him to your wedding?
Nope, I didn't. Neither of us did. But apparently he heard about our wedding and where it'd be held, and he came anyway. Not only that, but he gave us a ton of celebratory gifts. It's true that it might have been to curry favor with David since he really wants to collaborate, but your father really is enthusiastic about his work.
Hey, you haven't said anything you shouldn't to him, right? He probably doesn't know the faces of any of my friends. So as long as you keep your mouth shut, I'm sure he won't find out. He won't know about the fact that we're friends and that I said rude things to your fiance. Since you haven't told him about any of that, have you?
Oh, I mean, I didn't. But David sure spilled the beans to your father.
Huh?
Yeah, he casually mentioned how strange you were as they were chatting away. And it all snowballed from there.
You've got to be kidding me!
For what it's worth, David told him that this issue would be kept separate from business matters. But for a moment, your dad's face looked extremely scary. The fact that he can influence the entire mood of a room with just that alone is incredible. As expected of the CEO of a major company.
I'm done for. He knows about everything now. Do you understand? When Daddy gets mad about work, it's like he becomes a different person. He's insanely scary. The last time I accidentally got him angry about it, he chased me out of the house. But this time he really might kick me out for good. What am I going to do? Hey, Kelly, can't you let me stay with you for a bit if that happens?
What? Why would I let a girl who I cut ties with stay with me in my home?
Huh?
Also, we're a newly wedded couple. And so we're going to spend some quality time together enjoying each other's company. I need you to not get in the way of that. Anyway, we've finished changing, so we'll be heading back out to the wedding. Bye-bye. Take care. Our wedding ceremony concluded without incident, and from that point on, David and I began living our fun new life together. But unlike us, Penny started on a new life of misery. Her father came home from the wedding, and he blew up on her, demanding how she intended to take responsibility had their collab deal really fallen through because of her behavior, and that she could have cost him and his business thousands of dollars. Because of that, he kicked her out of the house once again, this time for good. And of course, he confiscated her credit card that was under his name. Up until that point, she had been able to live an easy life fooling around every day, so because of that, she found herself in a new world of trouble. She tried to seek help from her other friends, but they told her that without her money, she's just another regular old mean girl who's way too full of herself. In other words, no one was willing to help her. From what I've heard from rumors, she's had to sell all of her belongings and now lives in a tiny apartment. She's also taken up a part-time job at the nearby convenience store. Let's all hope she learns to finally understand the pain and suffering of others. Thanks for watching. If you made it this far, give this video a like and subscribe to see more content just like this. Also, don't forget to leave us your thoughts in the comments section below. What did you think? Be sure to let us know. We're looking forward to your responses. See you next time!